Chapter 34. The Means to Attain Eternal Bliss. The first step towards developing self-confidence is to identify and understand our duties and responsibilities, and then determine the activities required to be executed. In this process, we may also encounter failures, but if we learn to accept these failures gracefully instead of attempting to blame others and find fault with others for our failures, then this attitude would go a long way in helping us to develop and maintain self-confidence. Self-confidence, therefore, requires identification and determination of goals to be achieved, duties and responsibilities to be undertaken, centering of thoughts and activities around the duties, and the ability to accept both success and failure with equanimity. This is the initial stage for realizing the ultimate truth. Without developing self-confidence first, any other method we follow, be it karma yoga, bhakti yoga, etc., will not yield the expected result of realizing the ultimate truth. Self-confidence results in self-contemplation. In this state, we try to find answers to questions such as, am I the body or the mind? Am I God? Is there anything more to this life than merely birth and death? We carry out a constant contemplation of the self. Contemplation should be succeeded by meditation. We should try to focus on the point from where all our thoughts originate, or it is the centering of thoughts. However, unfortunately, today meditation has been wrongly equated to and confused with imagination. The essence of meditation is that it should lead an individual towards the ultimate truth, but in the present day, it is synonymous with or has given way to mere imagination. Further, even among those who adopt the path of meditation, there is a lack of concentration and there is the absence of intense desire to attain truth and achieve self-realization. Once a man decided to seek the truth. He therefore renounced the world, went to the forest and started to meditate. While he was meditating, he felt something biting his feet. He tried to ignore the sensation and concentrate on his meditation. After a few days, however, he could no longer bear this, and on opening his eyes, he found out that it was a rat that was biting his feet. He decided that he would get a cat which will get rid of the rat so that he can continue meditating peacefully. When he got the cat, he found that it was very weak as it had not been fed properly and the rat managed to escape. He then thought that he should get a cow so that he could feed the cat with the cow's milk. When he bought the cow, he realized that he had to employ someone to feed the cow and milk it every day. So he employed a lady to do this work, and as days went by, he fell in love with her, married her, and completely forgot about his search for the truth. Like the person in the story, many of us start out in search of truth but get trapped in the vicious cycle of desires, ego, and the consequent pain and pleasure of life. We therefore forget the sole purpose for which we set out on this journey, and only a very few ultimately succeed in realizing the truth. It is true that as human beings, several desires and temptations bind all of us. However, a conscious attempt should be made to curb and ultimately eliminate these desires. The first step in this direction is to realize that it is our own ego and sense of individuality that is the root of all our desires. On realizing this, we should try to replace our individual interests or selfishness with selflessness, practice human values, and identify ourselves with the world as a whole instead of the individual. This identification or bonding with the world destroys our ego and sense of individuality. Our desires are eliminated and help in our progression to the next stage in the process of evolution. In this stage, we realize that even the world is the creation of our own imagination, and on the recognition of this, we become self-illumined and self-realized souls enjoying eternal bliss and fulfillment.